Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to historic Jinx Simmons Fieldhouse, where tonight the Lady Indians and the Indians later are slated to take on the Eagles of Dell City High School. We're a man down right now on our production team, so if we have video issues, I may have a hard time keeping up with it, but we will do our very best to bring you all the action as we have all year. Hey, flip sides. Just turn your headset to the other side and expose. There you go. Video. That'll flip up and over. And as always, we are joined by Kurt Parker. Kurt, very glad you're here.
It's good to be here.
The Lady Eagles coming off a long week last week. Won 3 straight Thursday, Friday, Saturday to win the Anadarko tournament, and Ashlyn Evans-Thompson, the MVP of that tournament. We're prepared for the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I do not have a roster for the Dell City Eagles tonight, but we will do our very best to bring you names and numbers as we get them. We have a revision to the Lady Indians roster that we'll bring you following the moment of silence and the national anthem.
And also, we're standing for our national anthem. Please stand. Thank you. Now you please remain standing for our national anthem.
After the national anthem, we prepare for these starting lineups. A couple of additions and changes to the roster. Reagan Bugaj, the freshman, has been called up, as has freshman Maddie Moss, and they are assisted by their freshman teammate Jalen Washington. Raylan Bugaj, I'm sorry, Bugay. Bugay, there we go, Bugay, Reagan Bugay, I'm sorry, wears number 5. And Jalen Washington wears 25, and Maddie Moss, their co-freshman, wears number 11. I'm going to let you call the starting lineup. I got to go check my notification. Okay.
Number 21, Ramsey. And number 24, Thornton. And now, Reno, Lady Indians.
Good evening and welcome, and here we are at beautiful Jinx Simmons Fieldhouse. And our starters, number 0, Janae Black Harmon. Number 2, Ashlyn Evans-Thompson. Number 14, Leslie Valdez. Number 21, Pauline Black Harmon. And number 23, the floor general, Tatana Woods Blackow. The Lady Indians are coached by head coach Jennifer Douglas, assistant coaches Brett Clark, Ashley Robinson, and Prince Azalea. Was that not right? The El Reno Lady Indians are coming off the championship victory, the first ever at the Anadarko tournament, and we are facing the Del City Lady Eagles tonight. And I'm going to turn it right back over to your play-by-play announcer. Here is Zach Morgan, the voice of El Reno basketball.
Thank you very much, Kurt. With zeros on the clock and 8 minutes reset, we're prepared to get underway. This will be a 5A Suburban Conference matchup for the Lady Indians, and for those who follow Indian basketball, the game on Thursday has been rescheduled due to a closure in Lawton schools. We'll get to that in a few minutes. Ball battled between and finally secured by the Lady Eagles. Possibly a travel there, but a great job by Titano with Black Owl. That's Phil Mork in action there. They had scouted that. They knew that's how they started into their offense. Good pass. The second game in a row that El Reno's looking at a zone defensively. That first shot by Evans Thompson, no good. Is going to be deflected out of bounds by Pauline on the far side. Lady Eagles the inbounds. The Millwood Lady Falcons, longtime state tournament qualifiers and multi-time state champion in Class 3A. They're in north central Oklahoma City. Ran a zone for the first time against the Lady Indians in the finals of the Anadarko tournament. And El Reno's going to set up in I think a matchup zone by the book, but really almost a soft, sagging man-to-man sort of look there. A matchup zone on paper, but much more of a man-to-man look. And El Reno seems to be content so far to, good job by Black Owl. El Reno seems to be content to let the Lady Eagles dribble it around to the top of the key. First offensive look, no good. Janae's going to secure the rebound, lead the break with the right hand into the front court. Don't get the fast break. The fast break's always your primary break, and if you can't get your primary break, you either get into the secondary break or against a zone, you have to set up your offense. Really no secondary break look against a zone traditionally.
Yeah, and Millwood played a zone against us too, so we're no strangers to zone.
Absolutely.
And Janae Black-Harmon just right there.
Great assist.
Took it in.
Good score by Janae Black-Harmon. El Reno leads early, 2-0, 6:17 to play in the first. A foul called, and although Pauline had a lot of collision, I think they're going to get Janae with the hold here. We'll see what they bring to the table. That's exactly what they're going to do. Based on this official's mechanics, Kurt, this young fellow may be working on the collegiate level on the women's side, that sort of walk and talk mechanic. And Coach Douglas arguing that she hadn't gone to the basket, but the official applies the continuation rule. Decided she was going up Del City to shoot two. First one up and in. First team foul for either side as El Reno leads 2-1 on the back of the made free throw. Second free throw up, no good, and a good block out and rebound by Pauline. Tatana sees the run.
Floor.
Good job of that by Ashland, communicating with their point guard, saying, let's get in it. And Ashland's mishandling of that ball actually saved her from drawing a charge early in this one, and Janae has all four of them tonight. Another good assist by the El Reno guards. Looking for the push-off, no good, air ball, and then Ashland's going to get called for a pretty soft foul there. Ashland doesn't love it. Jennifer Douglas not in love with the call either.
Excellent block out there by Ashland, and that's what we want to see. So, you're just going to have to live with that.
Absolutely.
Great job.
And what you can hear, Kurt, you can hear Coach Douglas right in front of us. We talked about this last week. She went to the official and says, what is she supposed to do? How can I coach to make that play legal? And you and I both know there's not a good enough answer the official's going to give them.
No, not at all.
2 for 2 go the Eagles. El Reno with a 4-3 lead. Good job by Ashland coming to the ball. Knows where the soft spot is in that press, and a turnover. Wonder if that foul early maybe has taken her focus a little bit. That was a clear turnover. Everybody in the building saw that, and it's unlike Ashland to miss that. And an offensive foul going to be called. Great job by Ashland drawing that foul. Second time we've seen contact like that. The foul down here on Ashland last possession. Tatana got cleared out and slid all the way across the floor. They passed on that one. Same contact, but Ashland able to draw it. Another, it should have been a hand check by the rule. 2 hands on a player. And for 3 or 4 years, as a whole, the officiating crew did a really good job. Looks like they've backed off a little bit, but it's still not a subjective call. By the book, it's automatic. There's no subjectivity in it. El Reno's going to turn it over as the elder Black Harmon was looking for the younger Black Harmon, but deflected out of bounds.
It's a great idea. Pauline just needs to come up and square up.
Yeah.
And she had the girl on her hip, and it would have been a foul or a bucket.
And the theme for the El Reno student section tonight, Hunt the Eagles, as they are in their safety orange and camouflage. And they're probably going to get Leslie there. And I agree with it. I don't know that that's the right official to make the call. The official standing in front of us had it, but no, they're actually going to get Titana on the hold instead of Leslie on the hit.
Right.
Didn't see the hold by Titana. Saw the hit by Leslie. Don't disagree with the whistle, but maybe on the wrong player. El Reno, 3 team fouls. First free throw up, no good. 4-3 the lead, and checking in for the first time tonight, Nevaeh Sage. Ashland's going to come to the bench. El Reno leading by 1. By my calculation, Kurt, every Del City point has come from the free throw line, and Nevaeh blocks out the shooter. And she broke the Del City defender down, had her wiggling. That Del City defender nearly did the splits. We're in the Winter Olympic season, so reminiscent of an ice skater there. Nevaeh Sage rhythm 3, no good, but great effort by Pauline to battle back for it. She's going to fight up through 2, no good. And then Pauline's got a good job following her shot.
Pursuit.
Pauline, as Coach Douglas mentioned last week in her interview with us, that foul called against number 24 of the Eagles. Pauline, just the young sophomore, but having lots of success in the weight room. She also understands leverage. She knew how to slip in front there, secure the offensive rebound, and I don't know that her goal was to draw the foul, but she was able to draw the foul nonetheless.
Yeah, and very importantly, number 24, a 6'3" center for Del City, has to go to the bench.
Absolutely, with her early foul trouble. Great job by Pauline. That's not where that play wants her to go, but she was able to get open, got a finish. El Reno struggling around the basket early, not shooting a real high percentage from the field. Halfway through the first quarter, El Reno leads 4-3. And a traveling violation. Good call by the official. And a great closeout by Nevaeh Sage.
Absolutely. The girl would have shot the 3 had Nevaeh not got out quickly.
Absolutely.
And caused her to walk. So great job by our defense.
Great job by Valdez, and Coach Douglas was coaching her up, get to the middle, get to the logo, and that allows her to run on that 45-degree angle to the corner there, makes herself open. If she's starting on the sideline, that's a tough pass to make in traffic, but you come to the space and you run to the space. Skip pass to the corner. Tatana, the
good looking shot,
good.
Great play. To find that over and over is going to be very advantageous for the Lady Indians tonight.
Great pass by Del City. Credit them with that pass. El Reno read it, but they couldn't close the gap in time. Jennifer Douglas going to go to the bench again here. Sage into the front court, back to her point guard between the circles. Coach Douglas calling her offense from the sideline. It's this sort of 1-1-3 almost. It's really a 2-3, but it's a staggered, so it looks on paper like a 1-1-3. It's really a 2-3. Sort of a modified version of the old 1-2-2 with the yo-yo, or a 1-3-1 with the yo-yo.
Yes.
And El Reno's going to draw the foul on the far sideline. Charge that foul to 14. I believe that's her first. Checking back in comes Ashland, and checking in for the first time tonight, the sophomore Najoni Sleeper. She was out for the Anadarko tournament.
Yes. And we missed her.
We did, certainly.
She comes in and gives valuable minutes. Sometimes even resting Tatana.
Yes. And she can play 2 to 3 positions.
Yes.
At a high level with competence and confidence. Great high-low pass.
Right skip pass by Pauline
good
out of
spot
the
up.
double team.
And a great job, just a foot race there. Najoni actually kept that alive. Great bounce pass to the high post. One dribble, Pauline, no good. I'd like to see Pauline go to the basket there.
Yes.
That one dribble was backwards. I have no problem with the backwards dribble. Cross over to the left and attack the left side there.
Correct.
Transition three, no good. Rebound by Najoni. She's going to lead the offense. And a great rip through, and Ashland's going to draw the foul. Good job by Ashland, and she actually set that foul up. She didn't run all the way to the ball. She saw where that player was. She checked up about a step and a half short, let that ball travel to her, and then the defender had to go through her to try and get possession of that ball. So good effort there by Ashland to set that foul up. But El Reno trails 4-5. 2:13 to play. El Reno struggling shooting the ball. Defensively, for the most part, having a good night. A couple of questionable fouls. And Pauline struggling. Continues to get good looks at it. Ashland to the corner. One dribble. She's going to call her own number. It's short that time.
Good hustle by Sleeper right there to Karoom. Great pass.
Great job by Najoni. She was in the block out position. Two hands right. Almost what we call almost a kidney shot. That's going to be the fifth team foul, for the Del City Eagles. El Reno with 3 team fouls, Del City with 5. Minute 42 to play in the first. El Reno trails 4-5. Ashland fights through contact. 90 seconds to play in the first quarter. El Reno trailing 4-5. And a great high-low pass. Pauline can't wrangle it, but a good job by Najoni to keep that ball alive. Back to Nevaeh. Nevaeh was looking for Katana in the corner, couldn't quite get it there. Great run by Ashland. Kept her hands up, kept her body clear. Made her shoot over the top of it.
Kept herself from getting that second
Great bounce pass in transition. Excellent bounce pass in transition. Najoni Sleeper with the left-handed layup. El Reno leads 6-5. Inside a minute to play in the first.
Once again, Tatana sees the floor with her head up. What a great job.
She read that. They threw it right in her hands.
Yes.
That was almost a textbook chest pass. Just to the wrong color jersey. Tatana's going to fight through and draw the foul. That's the 16th foul. Ill-advised place to pick up the dribble, but she's able to fight through the contact nonetheless.
Yes. She's being strong with the ball.
El Reno to
Tatana, she's a very slight build person, but let me tell you, she's very tenacious. When she gets a hold of that ball, you're not going to take it away from her easily.
And that's the second team foul, number 15 for the Eagles. Pauline Black-Harmon checks out. Janae checks back in. 40 seconds to play. We'll see if El Reno's going to try and get a early shot here or be satisfied to take the last look at the two in the period. Possession arrow favoring the Indians. Yeah, official caught by surprise there, hit him in the foot. I mean, he got the call right. He knew which direction to go with it, but he had to stop and process it. You don't normally have a bang-bang off your shoe.
Lady Indians are going to hold for the final shot of the first quarter.
Absolutely. And Ashland to Najoni. Najoni to Nevaeh. High-low pass to Ashland. Bounce pass to the corner. Najoni with the corner three, no good. Janae Battles tries to keep it alive. 3 on the clock. And Del City's just going to run it out. We're a man down tonight, so we're not going to be able to take a long commercial break with you. We may have a few minutes off air to rehydrate ourselves, but at the end of one, El Reno leads 6-5. 60-second timeout to play. Running through the coaches, and I heard Kurt run through those earlier. Head coach is Jennifer Douglas. She's assisted by Brett Clark, Ashley Robinson, and Prince Azalea. Managers are Kinley Golden, Ashley Woods, Kelly Gonzalez, and Kaylee Pawnee. Head athletic trainers Alex Bray, Rodney Hayden, the director of athletics. Head high school principal is Tim Pounds. Superintendent of schools is Craig McVeigh. 15-second horn buzzing. El Reno leads 6-5 as we prepare to start second quarter. El Reno lost the jump ball, so the alternating possession arrow in favor of the Indians. The Indians will inbound at the half-court line, what we call the division line, opposite the table. So on the top of the E, on the ER logo at the midcourt stripe, El Reno to inbounds. Del City, 16 fouls. El Reno with only 3. So the next Del City foul is going to put El Reno at the line unless it's of the offensive nature. With the clock starting and into the front court comes Teton.
One of the things I found very interesting about the first quarter is toward the end of it, we started finding the creases, the skip passes, and execution is there. We're just not dropping the ball in the basket yet.
Absolutely.
That will change.
If we're able to keep those looks, and you wonder, coming off a 3-day tournament, had an extra day off, but you wonder how much of that is emotional letdown from that tournament, having come out big, winning big. And Titana's going to be called with a really soft foul, and the official says she puts her hands out and puts her hands down, but it's not illegal to put your hands down. It's only illegal to make contact with another, and it's not against the rules to put your hands out or put your hands down.
And that is her second foul.
Absolutely.
And that's big this early in the game.
Yeah, that's going to be big. She's going to come park it for a few minutes. She's only got 3 fouls left to give in this one. Del City to inbounds under their own basket, I'm sorry. Under the El Reno basket. I had it right the first time. Good defense by Nevaeh. That ball's tipped by Pauline. Nevaeh's going to lead the break. Ashland running on the left side of the floor. Great bounce pass. Ashland's 6-foot jumper, good. 8-5 now the Indian lead.
Excellent job. We're seeing a lot of maturity out of Nevaeh after the last couple of ball games.
And poor block out there by Najoni. She knew what she needed to do. Ashland's going to get tripped up, but Janae fights her way through the contact, bounce pass. And I think if you're Janae, you go score.
You're absolutely right. I guarantee you Coach Douglas would have wanted to see her go on in and get that foul called.
Leslie checks in and Nevaeh checks out. And I think it was one of those, as soon as it happened, she knew that there was going to be a conversation had, just a constructive one and a proven one. Janae almost gets caught sleeping, and she does. Janae lifted. You got to stay on the gas all the way to finish that play, and a transition layup with the left hand by the Eagles draws them within 1. El Reno leading 8-7 in what has not been the opening 10 minutes or so that El Reno was expecting, and that those who follow El Reno Lady Indian basketball expected either.
Lots of hand checking going on.
Absolutely.
I hope that cleans up.
And a great pass from the elder to the younger. And Pauline just she couldn't catch it cleanly. Then she bobbled it, was able to secure it, just never could get everything lined up right.
Yeah, she was at a bad angle right there and really couldn't use the glass.
And the correction has been made, and Nevaeh Sage back at the table. She's going to check back in. Great double screen by Del City, and they miss a layup, and Leslie is going to get on the held balls as Coach Douglas is arguing her case, I think, with some merit, asking the officials how there was no foul on that contact, and Janae's going to check out. Good closeout by Valdez to challenge the shot. Three-point basket goes. Back on top go the Eagles. El Reno trailing by 2, 8-10.
Yeah, one thing I know about Coach Douglas and the way she coaches these girls, she wants them to hustle every play, every ball, and sometimes splinter picking is a good thing.
Yep. Transition, or rhythm 3 rather, doesn't fall. No block out there by the Indian return, and 4 points now the deficit as head coach Douglas expressing her frustration with the Indians' intent on shooting 3-point baskets, even though they have not made a single 3-point attempt tonight. This foul is going to be a foul on the floor, but it's going to be a 1-and-1 free throw situation. That foul called against number 11 for the Eagles.
Yeah, and Ashland did just what we have been talking about, attacking that basket off the dribble. And she's going to the line now.
Second free throw up, no good. Or first free throw up, no good. So there's a confusion. The first shot was up and no good. Everybody thought it was a shooting foul, but the calling official says, I whistled that on the floor. Nobody moved, so I think this has to be an alternating possession rule here, because on the missed shot, you can't just drop and run away now.
Correct.
So I'm not sure. I think this is going to have to be an alternating possession, and it is. They're going to take an alternating possession. It is alternating possession in favor of the Indians. The calling official decided that it was a foul on the floor with a 1-and-1. Front end of the 1-and-1 was missed. Nobody moved.
Right.
And Najoni Sleeper to lead the inbounds. And Janae's going to draw the foul as the Del City Eagle went through her to get that steal.
Yes. Excellent job by Pauline keeping her back and pinning her. And the girl had no opportunity to block the shot had Pauline got it inside. So Pauline is going to cash in on the line, hopefully.
First free throw up, rattles out, no good. Second foul called against number 11, the 8th team foul, and a second held ball as the Del City coaching staff hollering for a foul. So I guess we can say both coaches are equally frustrated as they are each trying to argue and articulate their point. The Del City coach having been given the stop sign by the referee. Or the Del City bench, anyway. I don't know, it was directed. The head coach was in a conversation with one of her players at the time. And good job by Najoni Sleeper getting a hand on that low pass. And then Ashland's going to draw the foul. She'll shoot two. They're going to call that on the floor, or are they going to get her going up? We'll see how they call this.
Excellent decision by Ashland right there. She would have gone in. She probably would have drawn a charge.
Yes.
So that hesitation, and we've talked about that little hezi, giving yourself a little bit of a rest, and somebody running over the top of you, or you blowing by them, either way.
They're going to call number 11 for her third foul. She's going to check out, checking into the game. And they're going to call that foul on the floor. They're going to say Ashland got fouled before she put the shot attempt up. Nevaeh Sage checks out. Titana checks back in, 5:03 to play, rather. Ashland just struggling all night. She's 0 for both of her free throw attempts so far tonight. El Reno trailing 8-12 and haven't put up points in several minutes now. It was a 4-3 ball game and then a 4-5 ball game, and then El Reno went on a little bit of a run, scored 4 straight, and hasn't been able to do much since. El Reno trailing by 4, 8-12 as we near 4:40 to play in the first half. Del City content to hold it at the volleyball front row line. Good decision by Najoni. She read the pass, knew she couldn't cover the distance. Good challenge by Pauline, and no foul, gets a hand on it. Titana fights by, a ball in one hand, glasses in the other. Into the front court comes the floor general.
I told you she was scrappy.
Oh, absolutely.
Great.
And a great high-low pass, and they're going to say no foul, but rather the ball was blocked out of bounds, and I think it's probably a good call. We're about 75 feet from there.
I would have liked to have seen Pauline go up strong, just like she's going to pull her board.
Absolutely.
She has great jumping ability.
And a good job by Titana. That ball was loose. She didn't want to foul. She waited for the ball to get picked up. Then she stuck her hands on it. She's going to draw the held ball, and El Reno, the benefactor of the alternating possession arrow.
I think a younger player right there with 2 fouls would have tried to get that, and the way the officials are calling right now, that would have been a foul.
Absolutely. And credit Del City.
Intelligent young lady.
Del City has scouted something that El Reno has not made an adjustment for, and that pass intended for the younger Black Harmon Aaron out of bounds. .340 to play. El Reno trails by 4, 12-8. 19 fouls for the Del City Eagles, so their next foul will result in 2 El Reno free throws. Good job by Pauline, holding her ground but not giving and not getting called for a foul. 3-point basket, nearly airballed long. Titana fights through contact. Great reverse pivot to clear the ball there. Skip pass and hauled in by Leslie. The ball was
by Valdez.
That ball was juggled and Valdez tracked it down. She's going to get it back to her point guard, set him back up. There's something in this zone that El Reno's struggling with, and I've got all the confidence Coach Douglas be able to make the adjustments at halftime. But El Reno just struggling with something that it doesn't appear they've seen yet.
Well, the girls on the top of that zone are long and rangy and pretty quick, and they're very aggressive on the exterior of the zone.
And they're going to get asked for a block. Oh no, a timeout called by Del City. 30-second timeout. Coach Douglas making adjustments in the huddle. And if I'm Ashland there with one foul, I know what she's trying to do. That's putting a 50-50 call in the hands of the officials.
Correct.
And regardless of whether they're having the best night or the worst night of their career, it's a big risk.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Especially with Titana having 2 fouls.
Yes.
Got to do everything you can to keep your best 5 on the floor, whatever that means.
Correct.
15-second
One of the things that I see Del City doing is being extremely deliberate. Other than that last 3-point shot,
yes,
most of their attempts have been right around the basket or wide open layups.
Absolutely. And it's one of those that we saw it against Millwood did that. Millwood decided to slow the game down. El Reno wants to get up. They want to play fast. They want to press hard. And not to say that Coach Douglas doesn't want them in the press, but you can't get in the press if you're not making baskets.
Correct.
It's hard enough to get in the press off a made basket. It's even more difficult when you have no momentum.
Yeah.
The boys do a good job of staying in it on makes and misses, but really when they have momentum. And so you really have to have a made basket. El Reno hasn't had it. I think they've had 2 points in the second quarter.
No.
I'll have to look at the book at halftime, but they have not. I mean, they've put up less than 10 points for the entire contest, and we're 2.5 minutes from the halftime break. That air ball long, Ashland fights through. She's bodied but steps through. Good discipline to step through that. Great pass ahead to Pauline Black-Harmon, and she's going to draw the block and get 2 free throws.
That was an excellent call because the girl slid over.
Yes.
She had not established position, and Pauline saw that, and instead of taking a dribble, Pauline went straight to the hoop.
And Kurt, you have talked about the difference between getting established in a legal guarding position and moving after you're established. You can move all you want to after you're established. The book says you can move laterally, obliquely, or to the rear once you're established, but she was never established. First free throw, no good. I think El Reno's only made 1 free throw so far. I guess check that. I guess it'd be 3. That made a 3-point basket, and there's 9 points. They've made 2 free throws.
Correct.
9-12, 3 points, the El Reno deficit, 2:20 to play. And they're going to get asked with a block. Jennifer Douglas looks at her and says, yep, good call. Only the 4th team foul for the Indians. But the Indians, or check that 5th team foul rather, but the 2nd foul on Ashland. Teton and Ashland both with 2. So we'll see if they have to lift, if Ashland has to lift a little bit. Slow rotation by Ashland. Almost overthought the rotation there. Good job by Najoni.
By Sleeper right there.
Into the front court she comes and throws it away, tips it, keeps it alive. And they're going to get Pauline with a hold. No, Janae with a hold, I believe her second. El Reno deep in foul trouble now. And that is going to be her second. So, arguably El Reno's 3 senior leaders, each with 2 personal fouls, actually account for every foul on the board. El Reno has 16 fouls.
Correct.
Janae has 2 of them. Ashland has 2 of them. Titana has 2 of them.
Yes.
Good 3-quarter court press, full court press now by the Indians. Nearly drew a 5-second count. But El Reno over-rotated a little bit, but good discipline by Pauline. 14-9. El Reno just struggling all over the floor tonight so far. Titana fights through a no-call hand check. She's going to set the offense up. And this El Reno press break is geared towards being able to draw that contact and get the timely whistles.
Yes.
And a great assist and a nice, easy, high, soft shot off the glass. And another steal for the Indians. Great lead pass to Titana. Keep it out of the hands of the Eagle Arms. El Reno trails by 3, 14-11. Inside 90 seconds to play before the half. Najoni, 2 dribbles, 12-foot pull-up, and head coach Jennifer Douglas says, why? And it's going to be last touched by the Eagles. El Reno to inbounds with an opportunity for, I want to call it a cheat bucket, but a bucket in the short court.
Correct. When you're a run and gun up and down type team that El Reno is.
And a great job by Pauline, gets her own rebound, can't finish it the second time as Everybody in a white jersey calling for a
frustrating.
foul, yeah.
Yes.
Good job by
Good
Jody to
job.
tip that out.
Absolutely.
She went with the inside hand.
Yes.
So she didn't have to go through the body. She's a righty, but she stuck that left hand in there and knocked it loose.
A very smart play.
As soon as you reach across the body or you reach with the outside hand, it's going to get, the official's eyes are going to get wide. So go with that inside hand. And you don't slap down, you dig up. Good defense by Najoni there. 15-foot pull-up challenge, nearly airballed short. And out of bounds as the bench calling for a push, and I think a good call, but Ashlyn had walled her lady off.
That was an excellent challenge by Pauline. I'm not so sure that that Ashlyn did not get fouled on the baseline. Anytime somebody like Ashlyn that has excellent balance basically steps out of bounds, it's a foul.
Oh, of course, absolutely. And Coach Douglas expressing her frustration. Looks like situational subbing for the Lady Eagles. They want to get their big 6'3" center 24. They want to, I think, get her clear of any potential offensive foul opportunities here. 40 seconds on the clock. El Reno trailing by 3 as we head near halftime. Good defense by Najoni. Pass out for a 3, no good. But Pauline just never made a shot at it. Titana reaches from behind. El Reno scrambling now, ball on the floor.
Good job by Leslie Valdez.
And the arrow to favor the Eagles. Head tap the call. Look for a 3 going to the corner or an easy layup. And a traveling violation. A great triple team there. Pauline Black-Harmon, Nevaeh Sage, and Leslie Valdez. The post player did a good job of Sigma pivoting, reverse pivoting, and Leslie was there to knock that ball and force the turnover. Nevaeh, the long 3, no good. Battle for Pauline. She won the battle.
And oh my gosh.
She gets another shot at it. Zero's on the clock. El Reno trails 14.
The Lady Indians are getting shot after shot after shot, and you've got to believe that the shots are going to start falling.
Yeah. And head coach Douglas looks at her coaching staff and says, I don't know what to do. And regarding the officiating and just the utter lack of calls being made on the floor.
Here's the thing about coaching. You can't go on the floor and make it for them.
Oh, absolutely.
So you just put them in the best possible positions, keep running the plays, keep trusting the process, and we'll be fine.
Absolutely.
But the young ladies have got to, the lack of frustration, because like I said earlier, when you're an up and down team and you've got somebody that's playing very deliberate, and the fact that we don't have a shot clock in Oklahoma high school basketball lends itself to allowing people that may not be as talented as your team to be able to do that and
absolutely
to play keep away, basically.
We're into the halftime period. We're going to step away for a few minutes, just inside 10 to play in the halftime break. We'll be back after the intermission. You're watching El Reno basketball on ElRenoIndians.tv.
more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
Team up with Pioneer iVideo and start streaming the most popular TV shows and movies from your favorite devices today. Download the iVideo app and start watching anywhere in your home using Pioneer Internet. Each package includes free high-definition and cloud DVR features like video on demand, Restart TV, and Replay TV, just in case you forget to record a program. Visit gopioneer.com for more details and compatible devices. Some restrictions apply.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
Maples-Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples-Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We got about 90 seconds remaining in the intermission period. El Reno trails 11-14 in the alternating possession arrow in favor of the Indians, so they'll have the ball to start the second half. Not the first half the Lady Indians are used to, or that head coach Jennifer Douglas is going to be all that thrilled about, but she and her coaching staff spent the first couple of minutes of the intermission period scheming and game planning and identifying those adjustments necessary to have a hopefully better outcome in the second half. And I don't have any stats in front of me, but it's probably been a long time since El Reno ladies, only hung 11 in the first half. Less than a week ago, albeit a statistical anomaly, less than a week ago, El Reno put 42 up in the first quarter. So, now, can't expect that every night. Don't want that every night. You want good competition. And the Indians, from the boys' side, will play following this contest, tentatively slated for 7:30, but when this one's over, they'll start about a 10-minute warm-up period. So stay tuned into ElRenoIndians.tv. When this one's over, we will kill this stream. We'll then build a new stream, so the new stream will be the stream you follow for the boys' game. Stay tuned into ElRenoIndians.tv. We added a nifty little button to the El Reno Athletics page. Go to elrenops.org, click menu, click Athletics. Top of the page, there's 3 buttons on the ribbon going right to left. Should be the rightmost of those buttons. Says ElRenoIndians.tv. Click that button. Takes you straight to the live broadcast. You can also go back and watch games from the past, maybe a game you missed or a game you want to rewatch. You can go back and listen to Kurt in all his glory, bring us the X's and O's of the game invented by the late, great Dr. James Naismith. And with the, we call the huddle horn, the break the huddle horn sounded.
Is that one of the things that I bet you Coach Douglas and her staff talked to the girls about is moving the ball quicker and moving to the ball?
Yes, absolutely. We'll see what adjustments have been made. And hats off to Janae and Ashlyn and Titana for playing the better part of the first half with 2 fouls and not picking up a third. And great look to Pauline Black-Harmon. I think she got either stepped on a foot or got her foot stepped on, but in any event, I think she tried. Only it was a foul. I think it was just feet getting tangled up, and Del City draws first blood of the second half. El Reno trailing now by 5, and the frustration on the coaches, I think they had what they thought was the wide open look they wanted, and then I think some feet or shoelaces got in the way as Del City back to that 2-3 zone, and Ashlyn found the soft spot, can't get it to fall, follows her own shot, can't get that one to fall. I'd like to see Ashlyn attack and use the glass. She's having trouble shooting it clean today.
Yes, I agree. I think she needs to see just one go through, and then she'll be fine.
Absolutely. Great defense by the Lady Indians. Had Del City forced in the corner. Valdez had her hands on a possible steal.
There we go.
And then they forced the turnover. And Ashlyn getting coached up, say, hey, don't be afraid to shoot the ball. If you don't shoot it, it can't go in, and not every night's going to be a world beater. You're not going to set the world on fire every night out here.
Absolutely. You're going to have off nights, and it's just shows what kind of an athlete and player you are.
Good decision by Ashland.
Excellent.
Leslie in position, but the 5 foot, what she listed at 5'6", I think that's a generous 5'6", but the
very generous.
Her 5'4", I think, yeah. So I think the 5'4" is a little closer. That 5'4" brought her up about an inch and a half short of where she needed to be. I don't think she's wished to be 5'6" as badly as she wished on that near rebound there. And the running scoop, no good. Poked loose and then poked loose again. Good challenge by Titana, but a 16-foot jumper knocked down. El Reno trails by 7. El Reno's got to put some points on the board, or this is going to get away from them.
Absolutely.
They haven't had a lot of success scoring. Still haven't scored in the second half. 0 for, I think, 4 so far to start.
Yeah, certainly, we've moved the ball quickly.
Absolutely. And we're getting open shots.
And we're getting open shots. They're just not falling.
Good job. Ashland's going to attack the double team, and they're going to call a jump ball there. And Jennifer Douglas getting her team up in the press. And an overthrow. Good job, Janae Black-Harmon there. Titana had additional pressure, and that pressure started the drive, started the attack of the press. Janae came up and showed double team, and the Del City Lady Eagles made the right pass. That's a hard pass to make. That's 75 feet at a dead sprint that you got to hit a spot about the size of a dinner plate.
Yes, and Del City's coaching staff and players don't want to be sped up.
Absolutely.
And so if we can speed them up.
And Titana's going to be called for a foul. She looks aghast. She's called for a block. If anything, it's a hand check. It's certainly not a block, but to inbound the Eagles at the just above the 28-foot mark in their own front court. And a good job by Leslie to kill the dribble. And that's going to go down as another turnover, and that's not going to show up on paper there. Valdez forced the ball handler to pick her dribble up.
Yes.
She was too far away to do much, and ultimately forces a turnover. So great job by Leslie Valdez there. Officials are going to hold play so everybody can get their shoelaces tucked in. It's hard to find a pair of basketball sneakers with a Velcro strap anymore. When in doubt, Velcro those things down. There's a move by Ashland. She's looking, everybody looking for the foul. Not going to get it. We'll see if. And then a palming violation called against the Eagles. And the El Reno coaching staff saying, hey, when you got to drive, go to the basket.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, when you have a post that slaps down like that and doesn't even hit the ball, it's a foul.
Absolutely. And a lot of that has to do with angles and positioning. And good job by Janae to cut hard and draw that foul. The Del City Eagle read it, but Janae beat her to the spot and was displaced off that spot. Kurt, sometimes if that timing, and I've seen this happen a few times as a player and some as an official, the timing is right and you just have a hard car crash with heads banging together right there. It's not a foul, but that's a lot of contact. You can't put a whistle in it. Nobody did anything wrong.
Right.
But in that case, good job by Janae of beating her defender to the spot. Good rip through by Pauline. Pauline is bound and determined to throw something up, and that's, I think, some of the youth starting to come out. She's frustrated, and she says, I'm going to shoot myself back into this game.
Right.
But she was in a double team. She was flat to the baseline. She didn't have an angle. Not an advised shot there, I think. Dribble handoff. Valdez feels the screen. Good job by Janae to poke that thing loose. And she dribbled into the double team. Valdez did a great job of coming back for it. And Pauline with a trip and she's going to draw the late whistle. Good job.
Very late.
Yeah. And the primary official passed on it, but in a three-person crew, a lot of times there's a secondary official back there to help, and the first official passed on it. Second official said, I got you. Picked his, and these officials work as a team too, so in that case he picked up his teammate.
Correct.
She's the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. First one way flat. Next to no arc on that ball. If we were shooting target practice, that's a pretty straight shot, but we want lots of Lots of good arc and high touch on the ball.
Yes.
That one looks better. And Kurt, you know as well as I do, when that ball comes out of your hand, you know if it's going to go the way you want it to or not.
Janae is really picking up her defensive
Absolutely.
intensity.
She said, if I can't get it done on the offensive end, I'll get it done on the defensive end. And Pauline back in transition is going to challenge the shot. They're going to give that contact, but not this one. As Jennifer Douglas turns and looks at her assistants and says, what else do we need to do? They're going to whistle that contact, but not the same contact on the other end. (20-12) on the make goes the El Reno deficit. The Indians trail by 8. Del City looking to grow their lead. They don't. Still an 8-point deficit. Good rebound by Pauline. She's going to rip it through.
Yes.
And
that's what they've got to do. They have got to own the boards.
Yes.
And we've got to look for we've got to look for a shot. We can't hesitate. We've got to look for a shot.
She's just, sometimes you have those days where it's just not meant to be, and I think Ashland's starting to get maybe the feeling that this is one of those. A timeout called by Del City. Normally I'd wait to decide if we stay here, but we're a man down, and so we don't have anybody running our timeout system in our mobile production unit today, so we'll stay right here for the length of this one. This is going to be a 60-second timeout called. El Reno trails by 8. And I think frustration.
There is no lack of effort. I mean, the girls are working hard. They're pulling boards. They're getting the steals. It's just sometimes that the ball doesn't fall.
Yeah, and they're shooting shots that go in.
Yeah.
You know, the 15-foot jumper from the elbow for both Pauline and Ashland. Ashland just had a 17-foot jumper from the baseline. Those are all good shots.
Yes.
Those shots go in for them.
Yes.
But tonight they're not getting the bounce.
No. And they've just got to go out and play Lady Indian El Reno ball, and they have to just get past this, get over it, move past it. They've got 11 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah.
And they're not out of it.
No, for sure.
By any stretch of the imagination. But the fact that they're looking up at the clock and they're only seeing 12 points.
Yes.
That's very detrimental to what they're normally doing. But on the other side of it, look at the visitor score, and they're only 20.
Yeah.
So this isn't an insurmountable hill. No. I know they can do it.
3:24 to play in the third. El Reno trails 12-20 against the Eagles of Del City, and what has been almost best described
just like
as the
that.
ball.
You got to get your head up immediately.
And that's the kind of shot we want to get rolling with.
Absolutely. Now we can set our press.
Absolutely. 14-20 now.
Like I said, Del City does not want to be pressured. Tatana has her
great tip out from behind.
At her inner sights. Absolutely. Great job.
And if you're watching at home, so see what Tatana did there. She came up on the ball side, and she reached with the inside hand to tip that loose.
Correct.
She didn't come up on the offside, and she didn't come with the outside hand.
Correct.
It just run by and a tip out.
Yes.
And now one shot, long rebound, and she's going to have an opportunity for a layup. And I think that's an intentional foul all day long.
That should be intentional. She did not make a play on the ball whatsoever.
Absolutely.
She wrapped her up. It should be intentional.
We'll see if the officials
are conferring right now.
And he's going to say it wasn't intentional, but I don't know in what capacity it wasn't, but that's not what they pay me for today, Kurt. 255.
Definitely what they do not pay me for.
And her second team foul on 21. Titana's going to go and knock down the first one. And just a lot more confidence on the back of that Evans Thompson transition basket, and then the steal in the press. Just everybody playing with just a lot more confidence just in the last 35, 40 clock seconds. Ashland's still in the mix. As every black jersey got a hand on it, nobody dribbled it, and nobody called for a traveling violation. And then from 50 feet away, Jennifer Douglas asking the exact same question I'm asking you, Kurt. There's an official who's letting that play come right to him, staring right at it. He passes on it, and then official from 55 feet away comes sprinting down the floor and bangs a whistle late. But you play through adversity, it's what you do. Third foul called against Janae.
I like the fact that we have picked up our defensive intensity.
Yes.
playing defense on them, and they don't want it played on them because they're hesitant.
And the bench is back alive. The bench is in it. And great defense by Pauline. Hands straight up in the air. She ran by Pauline saying, how did I touch it? My hands were in the air. And that's going to be a Del City layup. And we'll see. I think Coach Douglas is going to have something to say about that. Oh, great effort by Ashland to stay with it as she gets hammered. Officials pass on it. Boy, I'll tell you what, officiating this year is just up and down. No consistency between games, no consistency within the same crew. And then they're going to get Pauline for that contact.
The giant that is the El Reno student body has been awakened.
Yes. Her second personal, fourth team foul. And Coach Douglas going to have a conversation with the official here. And I can read her lips. She's saying that's a lot of contact for no whistle.
Absolutely.
A lot of contact.
Ashland was not to the floor.
Yep, she's arguing. When she's in the air, you have to protect her, and the rule book says the officials have an obligation to protect an airborne shooter.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be a lot of contact, but if you think of the college football targeting rule, it's designed to protect defenseless players.
Yes.
Same thing with protecting airborne shooters.
That's right.
There's not a lot they can do. First free throw is up and in. Second free throw, no good. But rebounded.
Right to
El Reno off to the races. Titana stutters, puts it in her left hand. She's going to drive.
Beautiful shot by Titana. I could see that senior saying, I'm taking this game over right now.
17-23, the El Reno deficit. And then Nevaeh going to be charged for a foul here. Fifth team foul, just the first foul on Nevaeh. That could have gone either way there. I thought they got Titana. That put her in a tight squeeze, but yeah. They call Nevaeh for her first foul.
No.
Good defense by Titana. She's got to snap her head the other way and guard the back cut there.
Yeah, Titana's putting great pressure on the perimeter girls, not letting them to see where they need to pass.
And great effort by Pauline.
Zoning the boards right now.
Ashley finding the cutting Janae, and Janae's going to draw the foul. Great job.
That's El Reno Lady Indian basketball at its best.
Absolutely.
Right there.
Well executed fast break. Good defense by Pauline to challenge.
And our post girls running rim to rim.
Yes.
Getting up and down the floor.
Just like special teams coverage, know your lane. There's a reason you run your lane.
Absolutely.
First free throw, no good. El Reno still struggling from the free throw line.
Correct.
I don't have the exact numbers, but they've got to be below 50% tonight. Titana went 2 for 2 to open the second half, and they were well below 50% in the first half, and I don't think we've made a free throw since. We'll see.
There you go. This may be a tactical error by Del City. They've gone big now, and our defense has ramped up.
Absolutely. They've got their big 6'3" girl playing the high post. Good defense by Pauline and Janae.
Pauline. The Black Harmon sisters have come to play in the third quarter.
They have. Stutter. She's going to hit the floater. No good, but battled. El Reno asking for a push-off, asking for another push-off there. Ashland says, I'll guard my man. And she's able to kill it. And a timeout called by Del City. Del City now down to 2 timeouts remaining. 41.7 in the third quarter. El Reno trails 23-18. Need to go back and look at what the halftime. They trailed 4 at the half, so they're actually trailing this quarter by 1. They trailed 8-12 at the half, and they trail now 18-23. So it's an 11-10 advantage in the quarter, correct, by the Eagles. So although El Reno's playing better, they've given up some transition baskets, and now some of those points have come off of free throws on some, shall we say, less than advised foul calling.
Yes. Well, and one of the things, it's like 18 points, correct, but we've scored 6 points and turned them over 5 times in the last 2.5 minutes.
Yes.
So we definitely picked up our intensity.
Absolutely. And El Reno's going to look to continue to build on it. 41.7 to play in the third. El Reno trails, 23-18. So big stop opportunity here for the Indians. If they can get a stop and a quick basket to end this quarter, to take all the momentum in, and the possession arrow favoring the Indians going into the fourth period if they're able to get out of here.
That's correct.
Without a held ball.
That's correct.
Good defense there. Tichana says shoot over the top of it. And an offensive foul called against the big 6'3".
Excellent job.
And a good job by Pauline, maintaining her calm, saying the official's going to help me out here. I'm going to do my job. And the current of note, that's the 4th foul on the big 6'3" center. Now, I will say, she hasn't made a huge difference on the boards.
Oh, yeah.
And El Reno's actually played better when she's been in.
Yes.
20 seconds to play, and that's going to go as a turnover. I think Janae got in a hurry there. She looked up, that ball was coming at her, and she actually had her eyes up and was trying to figure out where am I going with this.
Correct.
But it doesn't matter. So El Reno unable to capitalize on the excellent work by Black Harmon to stand her ground against the tall, muscular 6'3" center for the Eagles. Nevaeh fronting the low post. No backside help. That heave isn't going to count even if it goes. El Reno goes in the fourth quarter, trailing by 7, so they lost that quarter. And 7 points isn't always a lot, but El Reno struggling to score tonight, that's more than we would like it to be.
Absolutely. Well, and again, just like we were talking earlier, the longer the game goes, the smaller that basket looks.
Absolutely.
And right now, it's going to come down to a possession-by-possession game.
Yes.
Because Del City is not going to force the advantage. They're going to look for a layup. Like we saw just a few seconds ago, the girl literally with 13 seconds was fine with just standing and holding the ball on her hip.
Yes.
Had we not pressured her. So we've got to turn them over.
Oh, yes, I agree. 8 minutes on the clock as we prepare to start the fourth quarter. 25-18, the deficit for the Indians, but the alternating possession arrow will favor the Indians, so they'll start with the ball to start the fourth period of play.
Yeah, I just heard Coach Douglas give the girls some great advice. She said, we have to get our mind right. In other words, we have to believe in what we do and who we are. We have not been beaten all year by an Oklahoma team. You know who you are. Find your identity right now.
And another turnover, but I think that's going to go out of bounds, and it does. El Reno to retain possession. That pass was telegraphed. If you're going to make that skip pass and they're open, you've got to look inside. You've got to show inside, either show shot or pass fake, sink that defense, and then make that long pass.
Yeah. Yes, and go meet a pass.
Yeah. If you're a shooter, put yourself in that spot that you want to be to shoot it. Be like a field goal kicker. Say, hey, I need it on this hash. Right, I want it right here on this elbow. I want it right here on the wing. And Ashlyn wanted to catch that and be able to pull the trigger. Pass one hops to her. Great high-low pass to Pauline. She fights her way up, no good. Gets her own rebound, and she's going to get fouled going up. And a good call by the official there. Pauline to shoot two. 21 Black going to be whistled for the foul. Her third team foul, or her third personal foul, sixth team foul. And the bench advocating. But head coach Jennifer Douglas looking at her bench saying, that's my job. Don't get me a cheap technical here. Yeah. She actually lost that ball, but it spun back to her. Had enough English on it. It bounced right back in her lap, and she's going to get on the floor. And Coach Douglas' head about to explode with frustration. 7:18 to play. El Reno trails by 7.
I have honestly never seen as much body contact. They aren't fouling, they're not slapping or hacking, but they are laying body every time we go up. And that is what the frustration level is right now with Coach Douglas. Trying to make the officials understand that that's a foul. And it is.
Yep. And Coach Douglas asking, what do we have to do to get the foul?
Correct.
And into the front court comes Titana.
And as long as they're calling it that way, there's not a whole heck of a lot you can do about it. If you get inside the paint and they start beating you to death.
And Pauline off her foot, but it was last touched by the Eagles.
Correct.
Great pass by Titana. She struggled a little bit with that pass tonight. It may be because this is the first size, this is the biggest size El Reno's seen this year.
Yes.
But she struggled because it's a fine line. You've got to put enough arc on it that it carries, but not so much you can get stolen.
Correct.
If you throw it too flat, it's going to go out of bounds. It's a tough pass.
Yeah. But and they're not as much tall as they are rangy. I mean, they have length.
And the El Reno bucket draws them to within 5, 25 to 20. But a foul called on Nevaeh Sage, her second. She's going to check out, and Najoni Sleeper checks back in.
Lady Indians are back within 5. And as I've said before, Del City is just very content to hold the ball out in the perimeter.
And a bad turnover, nearly turned over. And then a great job by Pauline, the first to travel.
Absolutely. Straight up, held her ground, let the girl fall to the ground without picking up a foul.
6:21 to play. El Reno trails by 5, 16 fouls apiece. Checking out for the Lady Eagles, number 15. And into the front court comes Titana as she's, looks like going to interchange for Ashlyn, who picks it up between the circles. As the coaching staff says reverse, a great high-low opportunity. Yep, good call by the officials. I do think Pauline touched that. Janae trying to high-low it to the sister, but he's going to get met. And
Janae has to take that shot right there. She can hit that all day long.
All she has to do is knock 1 or 2 down. They'll start guarding that.
Correct.
And Pauline's got a double team sitting in her lap. El Reno asking for a push-off as the shooter put her hand on.
What I don't understand is how you can dribble and then shove somebody with the offhand and it not be a charge.
Trying to figure out what the official sees when the ball handler extends her hand and makes no call. And Janae's going to be pushed, and she's going to go shoot the 1-and-1 free throws. Charge that foul to 21. I believe her fourth. It is her fourth, team's 7th foul. 1-and-1, and the ability.
21 is the one that's been giving us all sorts of trouble on the perimeter, so it would be good for her to pick up that 5th foul.
Absolutely.
She's played a very good game.
Janae knocks down the first one, 21-27. Knocks down the second one, 22-27, and free throws down the stretch going to be key for the Indians.
Yes.
Jennifer Douglas calls a timeout.
Yeah, now we've got that timeout. Now we can set our press.
Absolutely. 60-second timeout. We normally take a break. We'll stay right here with you tonight. We're a man down in our broadcast crew. 27-22, the El Reno deficit. They trail by 5. On the game reset, the alternating possession arrow favors the Lady Indians. 17 fouls for the Lady Eagles, 6 for the Lady Indians, so foul either direction is going to shoot free throws. I think free throws to be key for the Lady Indians down the stretch.
And absolutely, and we have to knock them down. Janae just went to the line and put 2 free throws down, and we have got to keep doing that. Keep looking inside. Pounding inside, and I believe that if we keep going inside first and then kicking it outside, then we're going to have some spot-up opportunities.
Absolutely.
Still a lot of time in the game.
3 timeouts left for the Lady Eagles. 4 timeouts left for the Lady Indians. 27-22. And off the back of the second made Janae Blackharmon free throw to draw within 5, El Reno back in their, up in their full court press. With Pauline Blackharmon, the safety valve, standing at the top of the opposite key.
Pauline's only got 1 foul, so she can be really dominant down there.
Absolutely.
Take no prisoners.
Great job by Titana to swat that out of bounds. And other than burning some time off the clock, Del City literally right back where they started, but now the end line is closed because it's not off a made basket. It's off a dead ball.
That's right.
Titana looking, saying, well, new look here maybe.
I hear the fans chanting, D up. Ashland does the foul, and
Ashland's going to draw the foul.
Absolutely.
Ashland to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. And the Del City coach, to her credit, is continuing to make adjustments. This is El Reno presses. This is a different press than what we saw earlier in the game.
Correct.
For those at home, a press looks like a press, but the rotations are different, and the keys they're keying on first, free throw up, no good. And the keys they're keying on, I think, are a little different as when we trap, when we don't, when we rotate. And Ashland's going to get called for which I think by the book is a good hand check call, but the frustration is why that one and not the other 17 you passed on.
Correct. But that is Ashland's 3rd foul, and just run in front of the girl. The girl's dribbling. Ashland uses her speed, gets in front of her, and the girl is totally left-handed. She's coming at the left side floor. Establish your position on that sideline and let her run over you.
No good. The Del City free throw. Ashland with and every shot she shot tonight I think has been long. I don't think she's had anything come up short. And that's about her 3rd air ball from that same spot, which is normally a shot of confidence for her. Najoni on the ball. Looks like Del City is going to be content to try and slow this game way down. As Jennifer Douglas looks at her bench and says, ladies, this is good for us. We are struggling to handle this adversity that we're really seeing for the first time. Correct. Because there were several boys' games in the Anadarko tournament that were terribly officiated, but
yes,
and there were some that were questionable by the girls, but they had such dominant leads so early in the contest that it rapidly became a moot point. It rapidly didn't matter.
Yes.
Both teams were playing deep into their benches early into the second half.
Right.
Millwood hung around for a while, and then El Reno, pulled away. El Reno down 6, 4:37 to play. And I think if you get inside 3.5 to 4 minutes and you can't get within 2 possessions, correct. As hard as we've struggled to score, it's a 7-point game, so you've got to try and get 2 buckets in the next half.
Yes.
45 seconds or so. Back to Najoni between the circles, bounce pass. It's going to be an interchange for Najoni. Not sure if she was trying to catch up, but Ashland's going to come to the corner. Show shot, puts it on the floor, spins baseline, going to draw the foul. Block 11 called for the foul.
That's a good decision by Ashland. She's struggling from the field. She puts it on the floor. She drives to the hole, gets a foul. Now she gets to settle herself, take a couple of deep breaths, drop these in, and get her confidence back.
And the 5th team foul, or the 5th personal foul, called against number 11, so she'll sit. As we say, she's fouled out. The book says she's disqualified, but it wasn't for a flagrant act. She's just had too many violations.
Correct.
First free throw, she bounces in off the short iron. 29-23 now, the Indian deficit. Second free throw, good. She shot that one a lot later.
Good.
Yes.
Don't foul.
El Reno trying to trap out of it. Ashland trying to get the tip out from behind into the Del City ball handlers.
There we go. This is what we want.
Nevaeh leading the break.
She needs to take care of the ball. Be smart with it.
Great pass to Najoni there. El Reno to set it back up.
Now attack.
Ashland saying, I'm here in the corner. Give me the ball. Long three from the corner, no good. But Pauline
Excellent
is able to keep it alive there. Douglas getting her team back up, saying, get up, ladies, this isn't over. El Reno, 3:44 to play, trailing by 5, 24-29. It's going to be a score that's going to look like a junior high score compared to the points we're used to El Reno putting up. And a early whistle in that drive. They're going to call Leslie with the hit. Just Leslie's first foul, 9th team foul. And they're going to say she was headed up at the time of the foul. No good left. 24-29, the Indian deficit. 3:36 to play in the fourth. El Reno really having to play from behind this entire contest.
Yes. It's testing their mettle.
And number 24 is fouled out.
By Ashlyn. And number 24 just pulled her 5th foul.
And as somebody who is 6'7", I was several inches taller than the competition most of the night, and that is so tempting. It takes every ounce of self-discipline you've ever thought about mustering.
Correct.
To pass on that.
Correct.
That ball comes down, your eyes get big, and you say, let me go get this one. Her 5th foul, 10th team foul, Ashlyn to the line to shoot 2.
I will say, if you're a Del City Eagle fan, number 24 did a fine job. She
absolutely
did her job well. And
first one's up and in.
3 minutes, 36 seconds to go in the game, and
El Reno back to within 4.
Absolutely.
They've got a chance to pull this to within a one-possession game. Short iron, no good. I think a lot of
Valdez does an excellent job, and she is going to get called for a foul.
Yep, they're going to get for a foul.
That is unbelievable to me.
I think the official's on an island on that one.
Valdez did a great job right there. The larger girl, the post girl, brought the ball to her knees.
Yes.
And Leslie did what every good point guard does, is when a big girl brings the ball down, you tie her up.
You reach in
Great
there.
job.
The El Reno student section alive with that free throw up and in, and Pauline's going to check back in. Leslie checks out with her 2nd foul. And if I'm Leslie and I come to the bench and I look at my coaches and I say, what do I need to do different? My answer is not a dead gun thing.
Not a thing. She did a great job.
2nd free throw up, back to a 6-point differential. El Reno has to score. We've got to capitalize this possession.
Absolutely.
We have to keep this game within range so we can capitalize on mistakes.
Pauline needs to want the ball right now. And she gets fouled and goes up strong.
And they're going to get Ashlyn with a foul? Maybe, yeah, I think his partner's going to try and talk to him here. He goes, hold on, let me talk to you. And the smaller of the shortest of these 3 officials is really trying to work with his partners and understand why are we the way we are here, fellas. This one's getting away from us. It's going to be a 2-shot foul by virtue of the double bonus.
It's absolutely,
and that's Ashlyn's 4th.
Frustrating for a post girl.
And a technical foul has been called against number 0 for Del City. The official has assessed a dead ball technical foul against number 0 for Del City. So
what I was getting ready to say with Pauline, it's absolutely frustrating when you're going up strong and you're getting bumped every time you go up, and it's throwing your shot off, and you're hitting the elbow and it's throwing your shot off. She has got to, and she's as strong as any girl on the floor, and she has just got to go up stronger.
Yes.
And just kind of, as we say, put them in the basket with the ball.
Yes. She taught it to the free throw line. She's going to shoot the 2 technical foul free throws. I'm curious here, Curtis, it's been a while since I've been in the rule book. Since that's a dead ball technical, does Del City get to keep it, or does El Reno keep it? First one's up and in.
I believe El Reno keeps it because it was a technical foul on 0.
Technical foul, and Del City would have had 2 free throws anyway. El Reno shoots their 2, And then they should have the ball division line opposite the table. 2 for 2 goes the senior leader.
Absolutely.
El Reno draws to within 4, has the opportunity to get it within 2, possibly even 1. 3:20 to play, El Reno trailing by 4. Inbounds comes the ball. Into the front court comes Titana.
She got a
great job by Janae to Pauline, I'm sorry, yes.
Beautiful pass by Titana.
And Pauline's going to get 2 shots at it.
It amazes me, Zach, how after every foul called, a Del City girl goes to the official and talks to him about it. If she were a captain, that would be allowed.
Yes.
She does not have the right to argue a call.
Absolutely.
The coach does.
Yeah, but you don't get 5 captains either. So everybody on this is hockey. You don't have captains and assistant captains and assistant to the assistant captains.
Absolutely.
Second Black Harmon free throw good. Timeout by Jennifer Douglas.
And a great timeout.
Yes, 30-second timeout called by the Lady Indians will stay right here. El Reno fought their way back and now trailing by 2. 31-29, the Indian deficit, 3:13 to play.
I cannot say enough how proud I was of our boys and their great comebacks. This is a total different mental comeback for our girls tonight.
Yes.
When you are used to scoring in the 60s and you're 12 points at halftime, it's very mental.
Oh, for sure.
And so I love that they have, as Coach Douglas said, check your mentality, check your head, get your head right. Great coaching by Coach Douglas. She has not overcoached. She has not berated like you see some coaches do. What's wrong with you? Nothing. She's been positive every single time, as have all of her assistants. And they brought these girls back from the brink of disaster to the fact that we definitely are in this ball game and have a great shot at winning it.
And they're going to wave the shot off and call it travel.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent.
And good patience by the official.
Yes.
Be ready to make a call, but don't anticipate the play. Don't anticipate the call.
Yeah. Like we said, Titana Blackout got in front of that girl. She didn't run beside her.
Yes.
And that made all the difference in the world. Now we have got to cash in. Pauline has got to want a ball.
And I think Pauline's trying to pick her spot here against the zone. She's sort of shadow in the short corner.
Yes.
She's trying to find that spot, and she's about to go hammer somebody with a high post up.
Oh, the whole crowd thought Titana was going to take that 3 right then.
2.5 to play. El Reno trails by 2, 29-31. Trailed the entire game. Down by double digits in the second half.
But here's Titana Blackout's strength. She knows what Coach Douglas wants, not what Titana wants.
Yes.
There we go. Beautiful. Pauline does a great job. Girl
Keep her there. Keep them there. Oh, and they're going to get a foul there. Are you kidding me? Wow. Wow. But credit to Del City. Knowing what El Reno needs and doing everything they can to stop it. And normally I'm all for Ashland shooting that 17-foot jumper or 16-foot jumper from the baseline, but she hasn't shot the ball well enough, and she hasn't had a shot in the last several possessions.
Correct.
If she'd made 3 or 4 in a row, shoot that all day.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's Del City's not honoring that. I think you attack it a little bit.
I'm anxious to see Janae back on the floor.
Yes.
For this reason. There were a couple of possessions that she did not hustle, she did not do her job, and she got benched. Sometimes that is the best thing in the world.
Yes.
For a star.
Yes.
So I want to see what her medal and what she brings to the table now.
Yes.
I tell you, Sweeper has done an outstanding job.
Yes. Back between the circles. Look for Titana to pull the trigger. She does. Long three. No good. Del City even almost uncovered. Janae thought she had it clean. I thought she had it clean. I think the other officials thought she had it clean.
But here again,
her fourth.
She was in front of the play.
Yep.
Set your feet. Yep. Take the charge.
And if you don't have time to get turned around, stop where you are and put your hands straight up.
Yes.
That's not technically legal guarding position. Legal guarding position is defined by 2 feet inbounds, torsos facing.
Correct.
But don't give her an easy opportunity. 1 for 2 go the Del City Eagles. El Reno trailing now by 5. Minute 45 to play. El Reno's going to have to capitalize here, or this one's going to get away from him, I think. Ashland guarded by 2. She's going to shoot over traffic. She had Titana wide open on the wing to her left there. I think if she can kick that out to Titana. Titana's toeing the line with her hands in the shooting pocket, saying, give it to me right here. We got a shot at this.
Yeah, and her last 3 was right on line. It was just a little bit short.
She rattles that one in. Second one's up and in, so well done by the senior. Najoni fighting through contact.
She wants to come back left, and she will run right over the top of you.
Yes. El Reno trailing now by only 3, 34-31, a minute 27 to play. Del City in the front court. Can't give up the layup. I know you're trying to avoid the foul, but you can't give up the layup.
Right.
You got to keep the game a one-possession game, and you can't do that by trading baskets. And we'll see if Pauline is able to get a block. And that girl from Del City took all the Pauline Blackharm, and she wanted and
She
some.
absolutely did, and I hope she gets up. She's been a fine player for Del City.
Nothing malicious there. Pauline knew she was out of position, and she said, I'm going to go foul her hard. I'm going to foul her clean. Nothing malicious. I'm going to go put a body on a body. I'm going to make her go earn it at the free throw line.
Correct.
It's not to say every foul's a bad foul.
No.
Sometimes, you can't give up a layup. You have to make her earn it here. El Reno trailing by 5, 36-31. 68 seconds to play in the contest. First Del City free throw up and in.
One thing that I've got to mention is we are definitely tonight missing our senior, Paige Primo.
Yes.
And we hope she's recovering quickly and getting back.
And then El Reno's going to be called for a lane violation with nobody on the lane. We're seeing ghosts. Apparently the officials are seeing ghosts.
That is unbelievable.
They called a lane violation, and El Reno has nobody on the lane.
Wow. I do not understand that call whatsoever.
I don't think this officiating crew is going to get the marks that they want in their post-game reviews. Officials are required to review each officiating crew within 24 hours after the close of the contest. And that 7-point deficit, a tall mountain, not insurmountable, but you're going to have to get a shot up in the next few seconds if you want to stay competitive, and she does.
Young senior Titana Blackout does just that.
Titana Blackout with the running left-hander off the glass, 38-33. 3 timeouts remaining for the Indians. It'll be a 60-second timeout. We'll stay right here. I'm being told we've lost our video feed, so we'll do our best to call it like we're on the radio.
Probably right now, Coach Douglas is talking about who does not shoot foul shots well for them, because with 47.8 seconds to go, we don't have a whole lot of choice. We're down by 5. We need to Pray to the basketball gods
Yes.
that they can't make free throws.
Leslie checked in. Najoni checked in. Just got a notification that if you have friends or family at UConn, looks like they are closing through Friday the 13th through the 17th of January due to staffing shortages. So that should take us, those dates can't be right. The 17th is through the weekend. 14th is Friday. So it looks like they're going to be the 13th through the end of the week is what I'm being notified of over the social media webs.
Yes.
Open in line on the game reset, 47.8 on the clock. El Reno in the fourth quarter. El Reno trailing by 5, 38-33. Possession arrow to favor the Indians. Both teams in the double bonus. El Reno in their press, and Najoni's got a foul. So we're going to see some rotational substituting, we think, here from Coach Douglas. Those who can burn, she's going to put Ashlyn and Pauline right back in there. They came out with high foul counts.
Yes.
Knowing got a foul to stop the clock, and that's where those reps in practice, those reps in JV, those reps in those lopsided wins or losses, those reps matter because those are varsity minutes against varsity opponents.
Absolutely.
So when you check in for these situations, you've seen them before. And credit to Del City for making free throws. El Reno couldn't throw it in the ocean from the free throw line tonight.
Right.
They had periods where they shot the ball well from the free throw line, but I'd be surprised if they shot 50%.
Yeah.
Credit to Del City for knocking down these free throws at the end of the game.
Yes.
33-39, 6 points the difference. Second free throw up, no good. And Titana takes the pass into the front court. And just an utter miscommunication. And Leslie's going to check back in.
Offense for defense.
Yep, offense for defense.
Or defense for offense, as the case may be.
Yep. And Titana poked it loose. And Del City missed a chance at the uncontested layup. And if you're Nevaeh, you got to knock her on the floor.
No.
You're not dirty about it, but you can't let her get that shot off.
No. You cannot.
But that's sort of how it's been all night.
Yeah.
Del City throws it up, it goes in the hole.
Yeah.
El Reno can't make a layup.
Yeah.
And sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
Right? The basketball gods are fickle.
Yeah. They are.
Right? You can come out and have a
like I said earlier,
Yeah.
you can't make the free throws, you can't make the layups for your team. And sometimes it's just it's frustrating because you know your team is much, much, much better than what they executed. And I'm not saying the girls have not worked hard and tried to overcome, but some nights it's just not meant to be.
Yep. Second free throw, good. El Reno's going to turn it over, trailing by 9. 20 seconds to play, and Titana to pick up a foul.
I will guarantee you we could play them 10 times and we'll beat them 9.
Yeah. And that's the fourth foul for Titana, number 0 for Del City at the line to shoot 2. At the conclusion of this game, we're going to close this feed, restart one for the boys game. We'll try to bring you the video back. But I'm down a technician on my broadcast crew, so when we have these video issues, I've normally got a dedicated person out there to get those fixed. But a victim of the virus, shall we say, that's going around. And so for their safety and ours, they're staying at home until they recover in accordance with the CDC guidelines.
Yes.
Ashlyn, transition 3, short iron, and that's sort of been her struggle all night. I think for Ashlyn tonight, the ball was a little too big and the hoop a little too small, and looks like she took a shot to the ribs there, a little bit short of breath, and the official's going to wipe off, saying that basket was late. 42-33, El Reno drops their second contest of the year. Their first to an Oklahoma team, and their first inside the boundaries of the great state of Oklahoma.
Yes.
El Reno drops the girls' game. I'm going to close this feed, go get a second one built for the guys' game, so stay right here. Stay at elrenoindians.tv. We'll bring you all the action. There'll be a link there. So we'll step away for a few minutes. Stay tuned in to elrenoindians.tv. You're watching Lady Indians basketball.